What's up, guys? So I am going to head out into the garden, or actually really the hoop house, because I have these seedlings right here. These are the ones that I started, and then my cat smushed if you were here for that vlog. But these tomato seedlings they have their first set of true leaves on them, and so I definitely want to get them out of this container because these were just little plugs, and it is time to put them into more soil. Before we actually do that, I want to show you a surprise that we got today. We actually just pulled up back to the house. We've only been here for about 5 minutes. Oh, there's Bucky, our Great Pyrenees puppy. Well, he's not a puppy anymore. He's 2, so. But we just got another Great Pyrenees, and her name is Winter. Hi. Hi. Our rooster's free.
Look at her face.
She's so cute. Do you love her?
Yes. Mine has.
Winter is our new livestock guardian dog. We have Bucky, who is a livestock guardian dog, but we got him when we still lived in our RV. We got him like 2 days before we were supposed to close on another house, and then that fell through, and so then we ended up living with him in our RV for about 8 months. So he's more of like a family dog at this moment. He protects more my son than anything else. So we wanted to get a livestock guardian dog that can actually stay out with the animals 24 hours a day. Bucky, he only stays out at nighttime, so we bring him out about 6 o'clock, and then he stays out all night to the morning, and then he does come out periodically throughout the day. But for the most part, he is a family pet, a beloved dog. So we definitely wanted to get us a livestock dog to stay with the goats 24 hours a day. So that is why we have a new Great Pyrenees. So I just wanted to check on all of these starts. I look like I have, yeah, some chives popping up, but these trays definitely need to be watered. So I had Anaya turn on the hose for me, so I'm going to get these trays need to be watered as well. So I'm gonna get Bucky, what are you doing? I'm gonna get the water turned on. Okay, so I finished watering all those seedlings, and I brought out, I'm sitting on my bistro because it is super hot inside of the hoop house. We did buy shade cloth, but I haven't put it on there yet, and so it is way hotter. It's like 7 degrees out here, but underneath there, the sun is beaming down. It's even hotter. So I bought the seedling tray underneath here. So this side is the peppers, but then I had more room, and so I planted my determinate tomatoes as well as my dwarf tomatoes. So these 3 are dwarf tomatoes that I'll be planting inside of the Greenstalk, and then these are my hoop house production tomatoes as well as the rest of the determinate tomatoes. Now, I'm fully aware that these might not be 100% accurate, just because, like I said, my cat did come in here and smush all the seedlings, and with that moved around some seedlings, and so I am pretty sure that some of these seedlings might not be the exact variety, but they will be all determinate tomatoes. I know that because this whole tray is determinate tomatoes. And then since they're planted next to peppers, I know the difference between a pepper seedling and a tomato seedling. So today, with the help of Anaya, she filled all of these trays for me, and I'm going to work on getting these tomatoes moved up into these bigger pots, because as you can see, these are the leaves that first come out, and then these are their first set of true leaves, which are the leaves that actually look like a tomato, and they have their first set. They're starting to get really long compared to, well, I'll take one out, but they're starting to get really long compared to and then some of them are getting a little lighter just because it's not enough nutrients to hold them over once they begin to keep growing. So I'm going to start with this first variety here, which is the Red Pride. And it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like all of the seeds, I put 1 seed per soil block, and it looks like all of them germinated. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick that. I guess maybe I'll stick it in the front. No, stick it back there. And I'm going to use my little dibber to get up the seedling, and I am going to use this to poke a hole in there, and then just put the seedling down in there and cover it back, basically up to where the leaves are. With tomatoes, you can bury them deeper to help roots grow. So I'm going to repeat this whole process to all of the tomatoes. So you can see that there's not much soil to help this, or nutrients. Oh my goodness, my dog just got in here. I forgot to close the gate. I forgot to close my gate because the kids were walking around Winter, so I had the gate open, so they were following her, and I forgot to close it once she went inside. So Bucky ran in here because he was running after a car. But I am transplanting all of these tomatoes, and I won't transplant them after this. This will be their final resting place. Until it's time to them. After. If I have enough time after I get all of these tomatoes planted, I do want to go ahead and see which pepper varieties didn't germinate, and then try and use those seeds that got wet and replant them, because it has been, I feel like it's been 3 weeks now, and peppers do take a long time, but I think by now they should have germinated if they were, and it does look like the germination is a little sparse. So this next one is cream sausage, and I only see 3 that germinated. So I got all of the tomatoes transplanted. They were basically, I had almost 100% germination rate on all of the tomatoes because I planted 4 per variety. So I have 4 Grand Marshal, only 3 triple crop, 4 Florida 91, 4 of the Ace 55. Actually, I've gotten, nope, I got 5 Ace 55, and I think it's because I didn't plant 5 seeds, I don't think. I mean, unless 2 was stuck together, but I had 2 seedlings stuck together, so I went ahead and separated them. Unless this was just another variety that got washed over, but I don't know. So right now I have 5 labeled Ace 55, 2 cream sausage, which is the least. Well, actually I started with 3, but 1 was still just coming out of the shell, so I left it inside the tray. So 3 cream sausage really, but 1 I left. 4 Red Pride, 4 Rutgers, 4 Blush, and then I got 2 Floridad, 2 Homestead, 3 Celebration, and then these were the dwarf variety of tomatoes. I had 4 German Kiss, and I forgot how to say this. This is an Indian variety and it does not look anything like it says. I wrote it on the packet how you pronounce it, but I don't have it right now. But I did get 3 of those. The rest of the tomatoes I did plant one more other variety of a dwarf tomato, and it only had 1 seedling that had germinated, and so I'm going to go ahead and plant some more of those. And then I do have some more dwarf tomatoes that just came in that I'm going to go ahead and plant, because for one of my green stalks I want to have it completely full of tomatoes and jalapenos, and so I bought some more dwarf tomato varieties. I had started with 3 and I got more that can be planted in the green stock, and we're going to see how those could do. You guys saw me plant the Pottapino, which was a jalapeno that was dwarf and could fit inside the green stock. I also have 2 varieties of basils that are dwarf varieties. I think they're called dwarf Greek basil that can fit in the green stock, and so one of my green stalks is going to be just full with summer time veggies and herbs. But I'm so happy to have all of these tomatoes transplanted. Like I said, I'm not going to plant them after this. This is going to be their final resting place for the next 6 weeks. Well, really 7 weeks until they're time to go in the garden. I think I am now 7 weeks. Why are you jumping over? Can you guys see this? My son right there creeping over the fence looking like a robber. I just saw something like white and I thought it was my dog jumping the fence, and it's my son trying to scare me. So anyway, I think I'm about 7 weeks away from my last frost day, and so these will be just fine in these containers, or at least I hope they will be. Last year I planted my tomatoes earlier than I did this year, so I definitely think they'll be good, especially because these tomatoes are determinate tomatoes, and I'm planting all my determinate tomatoes inside of my hoop house. I forgot exactly how many I can count right now. 4, 8, 12, 16. Yeah, I think I'm fitting 16 determinate tomatoes inside my hoop house, because I have those 2 by 8 foot beds, and there's 4 of them. Actually, probably more, because no, 4, 8, 12, 16. Yeah, because I'm going to plant them 2 feet apart, because with dwarf tomatoes, determinate tomatoes, you don't prune them like you would a indeterminate that keeps growing and then you can like prune it to like a 1 liter or a 2 liter. With these, you don't really prune them that heavy, and so I want to give them enough space, and so I am going to plant them 2 feet apart. And I definitely have more than 16 tomatoes here, and so actually I think I have, this is a 32 tray, that's 30, 34, 37, so I have 37 determinate tomatoes, so I'm definitely good on determinate tomatoes. I'm actually going to put these inside of my hoop house. I have checked the weather for the next 7 days, and it's not going to drop below 35 in the night, and my hoop house has been keeping it above freezing even when it's gotten down to 27 degrees. Reason why I know is because there's sunflowers planted in that bed from just rabbit manure that sprouted and hasn't died, as well as I do have some marigolds and other plants that are not frost hardy and they haven't died. And so with it going down to 35 degrees, these tomatoes will be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer them, because I'm not setting up a whole growth station inside of my house. That was why we built this hoop house, to be able to grow in it. So I'm going to get these over to the hoop house and get them set up. Now I can just wait for the rest of my things to keep growing. I didn't get to check on the peppers to see which ones didn't germinate, and I'll probably have to do that tomorrow. But right now I have to go inside and get ready for dinner and then pick up my son from baseball practice. The sun has set, so my girls already started putting away animals. Bucky. Bucky. Hi. Hi. Well, it is my time to go in. It is getting chilly out here. Bucky, where's Natasha? I'll see you guys next time. Bye.